Hey queens, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite Gem African queen. Today we are getting into a series that I would like to call Gain It Back Right series. This series is where we are going to make the right meals that will help us gain the right weight back while also making sure that we're staying consistent in the gym. So if that's something you're interested in, then keep watching.
Starting out, we're going to make these delicious protein bagels with very simple ingredients. We're going to take a cup of flour. I'm using bread flour, but I think you can use any type of flour, some baking powder, some cinnamon, along with 1 scoop of your protein powder. And then we're just going to mix all of the dry ingredients together. Please make sure you mix the dry ingredients first before you add everything in. This just helps to make sure everything is well combined. Next, I'm going to use some Greek yogurt. I used a dairy Greek yogurt just because it's going to be baked in and it's not something that I'm consuming, so I felt like this would be okay to use a dairy option. And we're gonna mix that together. And once we've mixed it together and it kind of is starting to resemble a dough, we're gonna continue to mix it, but then after that, we're going to take our hands and start trying to knead it. And I promise you, it looks a little scary in the beginning, but it comes together. I can assure you it will come together. A little firm, but it'll come together. Next, we're going to take our dough ball and we're going to break it into 4 parts because this recipe is only going to make you 4 bagels. And we're just going to go ahead and make them into bagel shapes. I'm not sure why I chose to do mine this way by rolling them like Play-Doh, but this just made sense to me at the time. But I think what you're supposed to do is roll them into balls and stick your finger in them and spread them. That might actually be the better way because I feel like whenever I did mine this way, it had uneven sides where the bagel parts met, which in turn made it a little bit more difficult to cut whenever it was time to eat. Once you've made your dough balls, you're just going to go ahead and use your egg wash. You're going to put that all over your bagels. This is going to help them brown in the oven. And then we're just going to take them and place them in the oven with the degree and time on the screen. Once they're finished cooking, then we're just going to take them out and they should look similar to this if you made the cinnamon ones. This is going to be a great meal because it's high in protein and that's what your muscles need to repair and grow. So we're hitting around the 30 to 40 grams of protein. This bagel is going to give you carbs, which is going to give you energy to push heavier in your workouts or just kind of go throughout the day with additional energy. The eggs and the sausage, and this is going to be the healthy fat portion of the meal. And this is going to support our hormones and recovery. So our next meal is going to be this salmon with brown rice and green beans, and I promise you this one was quick, easy, and very delicious. So for the salmon, it is fairly simple. I'm using the Kinder salmon, and you're just going to take it out of the package, and then you're going to set it in an oven-safe pan, and you're just going to bake it on 375 for about 20 to 22 minutes. Of course, while that's baking, you should make your brown rice and your green beans, but I feel that you can make any rice that you would like. And like I said, this one was fairly simple, so now it's time to plate. We're going to start off with our green beans. This is where we're going to get our fiber, our vitamins, and minerals. Sometimes I forget how important the digestion part of it is for glute growth. So if your stomach isn't absorbing nutrients properly, your body can't build anything. So we need those veggies to help our body actually absorb and use the protein and carbs. Then we have our brown rice. This is going to be our carb source. Then we have the main attraction, which is going to be salmon. This is one of the best proteins that you can eat because it's not just high in protein, but it also has that healthy omega-3 fats. And these fats help reduce inflammation, which means faster recovery and better for muscle growth. And lastly, we have our delicious spaghetti and meatballs. These are turkey meatballs, and I'm telling you, they were elite. So I'm going to start off with my ground turkey. I actually used 2 pounds because I wanted to make a lot of ground turkey. We're going to add our seasonings. Then we're also going to add some parsley along with some onions and some eggs. I also used almond flour, but you can use breadcrumbs. I just wanted to eliminate the excess carbs. And then we're just going to mix that until it's well combined. And honestly, after a certain point, I was just like, I just need to use my hands because I need to get up in there. I need to make sure that everything is combined together. Next, we're just going to take what we've just created and make small meatballs. I don't personally weigh my food. I just eyeball it and see if it's perfect or not. But I just made them into equal sizes or almost equal sizes. Once we have all of our meatballs ready to go, we're just going to take some olive oil and put it into a pan on medium heat. And we're going to sear these meatballs. We're only searing them, we're not cooking them fully. Sometimes ground turkey tends to dry out, so I would prefer to bake them so that way they can get to an internal temperature, be juicy, and not dry. So once you've seared them on all sides, you're just going to add them to an oven-safe pan. And then we're going to cover them and put them in the oven for about 15 minutes. While the meatballs are in the oven, we're just going to make our pasta water and our pasta sauce. So to a pan, we are going to add some water, let it boil, add the olive oil, and then add some chicken bouillon. If you're worried about sodium, please do not add the chicken bouillon. And then we're just going to add our noodles and cook them to al dente. While the noodles are baking, we're just going to use some pasta sauce. I am using the Kroger brand. I like to get the organic version. Less ingredients, the better. And we're just going to add that to a pot, add some seasoning, and just kind of let it cook. Once we fully cook the pasta sauce, we're just going to take our cooked ground turkey meatballs and we're going to add them into the sauce just so that way they can marinate in there. And we're just going to let them sit, marinate, and cook for a little bit. And once we've done that, we're going to add the meatballs and the sauce into the pot where we were making the noodles. And we're just going to combine everything together. Also, make sure you save a little bit of sauce. Don't add too many meatballs. I think I added too many meatballs, so there wasn't a lot of sauce left. If you like your spaghetti saucy, then you probably should add less meatballs. And now it's time to plate. So with the turkey meatballs, we have ground turkey. That's going to be the super lean portion of our meal. And this means you're going to get a lot of protein without the extra calories. It's perfect for building muscle and to keep your stomach flat like I'm trying to do. Then we have our chickpea pasta. I love this chickpea pasta just because it's great for fiber. And the fiber from the chickpeas is what's going to help us with our digestion. So when you eat a lot of protein, you want to make sure that you're moving excess waste out of your body, or else your stomach is going to bloat. So with this plate, we're going to get lean protein, high quality carbs, and good fiber. So these are all things that your body is going to need to grow muscle.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you felt value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. All recipes that I have used will be in the description box. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.